Hey
Hello!
guys! Thank you for the raid!
Hello.
Good timing.
Hello.
Amazing timing because we are just about to get started. We just finished with setup,
double
prep
raid
up,
too?
and we were just arguing about whether we do the gift cap or not. How y'all doing? How are your games? I'll do shoutouts. Nope, shoutouts don't work.
I mean,
I've already got the shout out, don't worry.
Hmm?
I've done the
Oddie's
shout
got
out.
it.
Ah, okay.
Oddie's got it.
When it
Oddie's on top
when
of
it
this.
fades, we'll have to do the next one because you can only do one at a time. But yes, give these awesome peeps some love. Welcome in, welcome in. What were y'all playing? Because it doesn't tell us. Ooh, Shazoo.
Shazoo!
Okay, but like
Shazoo.
also, has it actually transitioned over? It has.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, we've transitioned
Might make it-
over.
But yeah, we're good.
We're not just
good,
talking to ourselves.
My stream is incredibly delayed.
Are we audible? Ooh, their first adventure in D&D. That sounds
Ooh.
We
amazing.
most certainly are.
First adventure is best adventure.
Please do
yeah.
tell us
Oh
more
my
about it.
God. Do tell us. We're gonna start our recap,
Oh my
but we
God.
do read the chat. We do our best to pay attention. Hey Jester. Hey everyone else. Also, we have a hydrate. Fez hydration dust.
Of course it's Fez. Didn't even need to ask who it was.
Hey Pyro.
The majority of times, if we're going to respond to people,
And
is
hey,
usually
Ira.
we type it into the chat just to keep you aware.
Alright, so
What
I'll kick
happened
us off
to
then.
my? Yep. Cool. Let's get into this. Yo.
Alright, so first of all, we are the Stormy Dragon Tavern, and we are playing Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. The name of the campaign that we are playing is The Trials of the Xel'nari. The members before you, bar one, are members of the Xel'nari faction. One is a
External
unpaid
hire?
intern, external hire.
I
Don't talk about
private
it.
military contractor
Yes.
who doesn't try to destabilize governments. Totally.
And
Totally
we
does.
believe you.
I am terrified by how accurate that actually is.
You signed a contract.
Yes.
He did sign a contract and immediately found a loophole
He
in
knows,
it.
he knows how to abuse the contract.
Because of that contract, I now have a clockwork dragon and you don't.
I
Yes, you are correct.
Wow, rubbed it
I'm-
in.
I am happy to do the recap again.
Oh, you want to do the recap? I'm
I'll
happy.
do the recap again.
So for those of you who have joined us for the first time, we have our Discord.
I will
Has
get
that
the
been
link
posted yet?
shortly. I will do that
Thank
in a
you.
minute. Because the link is
And
broken.
in our Discord, we have a Sunday night recap memes where we post gifs and other memes that are relevant to what is happening in the story as we play. It is then up to someone during the next session to attempt to do a recap of the session based entirely off the memes that have been posted. Sometimes it's accurate,
Yeah.
sometimes it's wildly inaccurate, and sometimes, well, actually, most of the time, it's just complete and utter chaos.
I think I did pretty well last week, thank you.
You
very
did do pretty well considering you had not seen it.
much. Yes.
Everything about Storm was 100% accurate.
Also, the
Everything
stuff
about Kovek was,
Kovek
was
accurate.
100% accurate.
This is true.
All right.
Very
so,
called out.
if we are ready, I shall begin. So, of course, we're going to start with just a recap. So, of course, we're getting the recap, but we're not sure if everything's right. Of course, immediately there's a shout out going, where's the blacksmith? Because somebody had to go see the blacksmith. And, of course, they loved the rocks they found at the blacksmith. Some dice were rolled. It was a crit. Hooray. Looks like that's great. There's also a reroll imposed. I don't know why it was a crit, but there we go. And it's fucking huge. On top of that, we see a muscle cat ripping apart a skateboard, so clearly someone's showing off their strength. And they're just so tall. It's amazing how tall they are, including this really tall, lanky cat. But except they're not lanky, because they've clearly got muscles due to the two muscle beef arms shaking hands here and then showing off their muscles. But there was licking involved. I don't know now. It's a bit confusing.
I don't remember the I licked it.
I do remember, but I'm being vague.
Don't be vague. The whole point is to be not vague.
All right. From what I remember, I think Oddie licked my hand because I covered my mouth.
That's
right.
right.
Anyway, sorry, Sam. Sam licked the lie's ham because Sam was going to say things that the lie wanted to go shut up now. Then, obviously, trying to speak cat, as we have called the Tabaxi language, has led to some numerous results, including the fact that due to the tongue spell, they are very fluent in over 6 million foreign languages. But, of course, that's not their name. And the name's on the list, and we're back to loving rocks again.
Pretty sure that's not my name. Was the fact that you kept calling Sam Oddie.
Yeah,
Yes, it was.
it was. It really was. Now, I have the charisma of a cockroach because I'm pretty sure this is the point where I started to really fuck up the rolls. And yeah, due to me rolling, I'm pretty sure there was effectively a 2 and a 4. I think. I've been told I can never speak again. And it's like, oh, you get to reroll. No, because it was only a 2. Of course, explosions in the sky and thunder and lightning. So I think we jumped back to Kovac showing off their magical skills. And of course, me trying to find out if either Kovac or Ugg could cast tongues on me. It was not successful. They have run out of spell slots. But Mug gave me something to drink, and I drank all of it, much to Mug's disappointment, as he wanted the mug back. And I think I talked about how, oh, this is compared to the fermented mammoth we drink in the mountains. Hence Luke. Then due to pantomime and Sam being a communicator, we talked a little bit about blacksmithing, but, you know, we didn't really get there, unfortunately. His tongues ran out, and there was a bit of charades.
And
There was something
interpretive dance.
And interpretive dancing, yes.
Mhm.
There was lots of dancing. I do remember that Falai joined in on the dancing in the end as well, and apparently it gelled really well with the with the people's dance here, despite
The tribal pit, their version of a mosh pit.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Of course, we all fell
just scroll
asleep.
down to Zoe's image at that moment.
Yep. Of course, we all fell asleep, and then everything was on fire, or at least some things were burned, and everything just looked destroyed and crazy, like things exploding, the land in a ruinscape, and of course, it was creepy as all hell. There was the eternal void that we could stare into or jump into to fall eternally if we wanted to, and of course, the end was nigh. Due to shenanigans, we all combined together into one super being. It was very confusing and interesting at the same time.
I just saw the gift for that and immediately remembered.
And then, of course, we started to realize that, hold on, this isn't a dream. This is a flashback to a historical moment in time. And, of course, I think I was looking up for something about the hive mind, and I failed miserably with the 7 of 9 one, but that's okay. Zoe came to the rescue with the ball queen. Of course, we're all hearing voices in our heads telling us that, you know, and of course, everything's going to burn and die. And of course, us realizing, yeah, something's not right here. I enlarged myself. Oh no. Kovac enlarged us, which meant that my turn to enlarge it was kind of eh. And, you know, we just want love. And, you know, we're going to become more powerful than we can possibly imagine by jumping off a cliff. And, oh, that's right, the tentacles that embraced us. And all they wanted was just the love and consume our vitality. And explosions. Lots of explosions. And, the rays, of course. There was the burning rays. On top of that, we have a skull exploding. I think that was us having headaches or something. I don't remember. Oh, and then, of course, referring back to us all being a hive mind. And, of course, the fact we're all multiple people in one. Yes, the dice is out of the game for the rest of the game. That was when I started very visibly ditching D20s as they kept
one after the other.
Oh, yeah.
Realizing the sword was uber powerful. Like super powerful and super great, and we started just using it more often than even some spells in some cases. But of course, we told them no, and just tried to distract them with air noises. And we were losers, apparently, or somebody was a loser. Of course, there was some monologuing, and we realized there was all a flash down land, and of course, we had a boss battle with lots of counter spells.
And Zoe got counterspell off.
Yep.
In a critical moment to save someone's life.
Which unfortunately meant nothing as, you know, it happened later on.
Meant nothing.
Yes.
And 2 of us technically did go down.
Oh yeah, of course, concentration was broken. There was some big on big fights. A moonbeam was cast. Of course, we're all together, so we're strong and strutting our stuff. And I think this is us. Yep, this is when I'm not sure what the Seraphith meme is supposed to be, but
I know what it is. I know what it is.
Kovac teleported the body and then and then did an aerial down cut.
Mhm.
Oh, that's right. Yes, and then
Oh, that's
realizing,
not why
you
I
know
put
what?
that there.
It could be worse, right? And then realizing it definitely is worse as things are in the sky and we're punk ass bitches. And of course, we realize that, hey, everything's all good. It's over. We're all feeling healthier, and of course, we leveled up
most
at the end of
important
the
thing.
stream.
Yes, you leveled up.
Level up.
Oh, punk ass bitch was when
Level
Yes,
Mug
when we
activated
finally-
his no, I think it was when you activated your relentless endurance. No, sorry, that wasn't. No, that was
No, I was dead by that time.
Oh, you had gone. Oh no, your strutting was about relentless endurance. But then yes, it could be worse when realizing we had 2 party members down. Then it was me cutting the guy in half and shattering the sword, the gigantic sword that he was standing upon, and of course we're all good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yes, very good recap. So yes,
The reason why I put the Zephyros thing was because I died.
Sephiroth. Oh yeah. Also, we've woken up with 3 points of exhaustion.
Yes, as apparently not all things in the dream were just a dreamlike state. Some of the
Ouch.
creatures within the dream were able to affect them in the real world.
It sucks.
I'm a real
It
boy.
really sucks.
So yes, they have had some kind of dream, shared conscious dream of potentially past events, potentially a threat of future events. They're not quite sure. They haven't really had a chance to decompress and work out exactly what they've just seen. But in this dreamlike state, they saw, or were rather in control of the body of what seemed to be the Grand Master of the Xel'nari. But from quite some time ago, in the era where Asgarin, the greater demon, was first coming into the world to wreak its havoc. Is this just a memory of the past or a warning of the future? We're not too sure. But they were able to slay the creature that resided within the dream, which they have had one encounter with before, hearing its voice at least. Not seeing it, but hearing. And now they have woken up on the shores of the island, a bit away from the camp of which they had fallen asleep within. Not quite sure exactly how they woke there, and feeling rather exhausted and drained from their shared ordeal. And we are jumping straight back into them actually being able to talk this through and work out what has happened.
A quick mechanical thing before we go into that.
Yes.
At the start of our virtual fight in the dreamscape, we had a long rest. Are we considered to have had a long rest in the real world?
You are considered to have had a long rest, so all your spells will be back. You just still have the 3 points of exhaustion after that.
So the spells that we used in the dream world won't have counted.
Correct.
Okay, cool, awesome.
That's good to know.
I took a long rest and then took the 3 points of exhaustion. I think that was the best way of
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how I did it.
That's why I did it as well.
So are we just all like under tables and that from this party?
I believe Thalai and Storm fell asleep at 2 different fire pits, but outdoors near the fire pits.
No, you have awoken on the beach.
I was going to say, we woke up
Ah.
on the beach away from everyone.
You're
Yeah.
right, we did. I forgot about that.
Mm.
Oh my good lord. Okay.
Scattered about the beach, a good like 30 or 40 meters from each other as well, so it's not like you're all in a clump together or anything.
We haven't felt 3 levels of exhaustion before. What does this feel like to us?
I have.
So I can explain it all to you.
It's,
No, you wake up feeling
sucks.
extremely drained, as if you've just run a marathon, gone through an intense training regime, and haven't slept. In fact, you feel exhausted as if you. It's a strange state that you're in that. For those with magic within them, you feel revitalized in that regard, like your magic has returned to you. But your body just feels heavy and sore. It doesn't respond as quickly as it should when you make actions. It's almost like having pins and needles over your entire body, like a dead arm or a dead leg.
Okay. I
My
have
leg.
a perfect.
Storm just
Comparison.
like rolls over in the sand and goes, I remember there was a reason why I didn't drink that stuff. Why does this happen every time?
I hate the
It's
sand. It's
Uh,
gross and gets
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, you're not covered in
I
fucking
just find
fur,
like
mate.
a seashell and I just huck it. Like I imagine Sam being like laid down flat on the floor, like face first, just picks up a seashell and just hucks it off in the
This
direction
is
of
just
the
go.
eye.
This is just go. Boop. Like just
Of
barely
course,
like
it's
that.
at disadvantage.
I have not felt this useless since basic training.
Whereas Mug is well and truly used to having killer hangovers. So he's going to use minor illusion to create like an umbrella sort of thing to block out the sun, and then he's going to deliberately fail the saving throw so he believes that it actually is providing shade. Looney Tunes.
That's how you get heat stroke.
Storm's just like getting herself up. She is covered in sand and she's not even attempting to get rid of it. Her face on one side is covered in sand and she just waddles over to you guys. Are you all okay?
No.
One moment. Mug's going to walk over and just fall face first into the water on the surf. And then jump up as it's all sort of cold morning ocean water, and then kind of just like waddle back over to the rest of the players. That was odd, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys, were you also... Oh,
Yep, we did. That was.
Let me
Just hear the sand mumbling.
let
That
me
was
just say be
unique.
grateful you're all still wearing your clothes and have your possessions. Wait, maybe check that you do. Look, this is
This-
strong. It's normal, don't worry about it. Probably half of the village is also passed out on their faces right now.
This was not drink.
Are you
This was
sure?
I think it kind of was.
Oh,
That was some crazy dream I had. It was so out of this world. You know, I was like fighting this thing. I did literally big jumps. Occasionally I just could not control myself. You know, it's like normal dream. And then
Mm-mm. Storm, I'm going to interject. It was the same dream.
no, I've
I
never had this
experienced-
dream before.
No, but I did. Also last night.
but why did the dream stop so suddenly? Like there was a fight, then it stopped, and then floating and a sun. Like,
Because-
what's up with that?
That was because my counterspell missed. I'm sorry, Mug.
That doesn't make it any clearer.
What's up with that? Ugh.
Oh, you mean the fight wasn't over? I was.
I believe so. I was. There was a lot of powerful magic going around. I did the best I could.
The finger made me nap.
excuse me a moment, and I'm going to drop my trousers and just walk into the water to fully submerge myself. Sit there for
The
like a
minor
minute.
illusion umbrella follows just behind his ass cheeks.
And just
More
sit
sensible.
there to just sit in there for like a minute,
Hmm.
and then walk out of the water, just to get some semblance of feeling cool and washing all the sand and grit off my body, because I hate. Eli has realized he hates sand. He absolutely detests it. It is the complete opposite to what he enjoys, and it is horrible.
I can
Wash all your sins away.
Kovac pulls out her water skin and realizes responsibly she drank it all last night while she was drinking, and it's just like, oh, damn it.
We... Hang on, I need to find the name. Yes. We should find True Flower. She probably has a remedy for this. Also, she can probably tell us more about the dream walks.
Okay.
The Wawa.
Can someone help me? Can someone assist me in standing, please?
Okay. I'll lean down and attempt to, like, really, really awkwardly lift you up.
This is gonna be you put force into pulling me off the ground. I kind of stand up, you fall over, but because our hands are held, you pull me over.
Yeah.
So I just land.
Kovac, there was that spell you could do, which the invisible being does the task thing.
Mm-hmm.
Can you use that to, like, go fetch us some breakfast?
I don't know where we are.
Mug, the village is just there.
How far away is it?
Just over there. Across the river.
Oh, river. Good. Fresh water. Okay, let's go.
Ash,
Mhm.
can we see the village? And is it within 500 feet?
Within 500 feet, yes. From being down on the beach, no, you can't see it, but yes, it is within 500 feet. But you could just climb the ridge slightly and you'd be able to see it.
Okay. Gonna stagger up to the ridge line. It's like, who's coming to the village?
As I hastily pull my pants back on. Let's go.
Wait for Thalai. And then Dimension Door allows one other person, is it?
Correct, yeah.
Yep.
What?
We're gonna freak people out in a second.
And yeah, like, doesn't want to walk the extra little bit, so
I go to walk past you.
I reach out, grab your hand,
like,
and then Dimension Door into the village.
Storm will...
I need bacon and eggs.
You can probably smell food cooking, but it's all fish.
Oh, do you reckon they could cook up one of those little
I don't know
bird
if that's going to
things?
help or not in this instance.
Fish or fried fruits.
What about that dodo? Oh.
Big boys.
Who's the first one that we meet?
First villager, or...
We need to reset some of the characters on the map. Because I presume they're not actually where they are.
Well, yes, you don't. I will just move them off. As you move into the village, you see that there are still a few people, because it is fairly early in the morning. You see that there's a few people who are still asleep at their campsites. A number of folks have stirred in the morning, but it's very much a peaceful, serene over the village. Those who are awake are mostly sitting amongst the campfires, eating breakfast. A very few have actually gone up to start going about their daily tasks. So it's a very peaceful morning for them. They seem none the wiser to the events that you have had happen to you.
Storm's going to try and look around for True Flower. I'm going to presume I need to do a check for this.
You can do an investigation, as you'll probably be needing to ask around for where she may be.
She'll just, like, walk up to people and in cat be like, True Flower? True Flower? True Flower? She's fucked. Let me just check what... It's skill checks, right, that have disadvantage?
And attack rolls and saving
Attack rolls, saving
At the
throws,
moment,
and
pretty much
ability
everything.
checks.
Also
Okay.
ability.
Oh, and also we're
And we're
half
half
speed,
speed.
folks.
Just
We're half speed.
investigation.
So if Storm's gone off ahead and left behind Kovac and Sam, the two of us are probably just like really awkwardly holding hands and like staggering back and forth up the beach
Oh no,
towards the river.
Sam's solidly like laying down. They flip themselves over and they're using mold earth to move them across the floor. Like, I know it's just like, now this is how I live now. I just move by the earth.
So I rolled
Ironically, it
a
would be about the
16
same
and a
speed as your current
17.
walking speed right now.
Yeah, I have a normal
16?
walking speed. That's kind of weird. It's 20, between 20 and 25. I'm as slow as Sam normally is.
Most of the town, that's so most of the townsfolk that you speak with
Everyone's faster than I normally am.
give you a shrug or have not seen her. It's not till you make it over a bit further back towards the main fire pit that someone mentions
Where
that.
are we, sir?
Oh, you'd be over
Over
near
here?
Falai. Well, you were over near Falai. You would have made it over towards the central fire pit by now. It's not till you get to there that you speak with one of the townsfolk who mentions that they did see her up early, as usual. She's normally quick to rise, and out and about in the forests on the plateau, harvesting, getting her usual herbs and remedies.
Okay, she will approach True Flower.
Mhm.
Still covered in sand. She hasn't bothered to remove any of it.
Well, it will take you some time. You don't know exactly where she is. You know she's up on the plateau somewhere.
Oh, okay.
In the forest. So it's a large area to cover and will take time.
You know what? She'll look over in that direction and be like, no, not right now. And go to the nearest food and consume.
There's plenty of
She just
plates of food still
Plonks
sitting
her
about.
ass on the floor somewhere and starts eating.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and what about the rest of you?
Kovac's probably doing a certain amount of babysitting Sam. She made sure that both our water skins were filled, drained, and then filled again as we crossed the river. And now
I'm so glad you said river and not just the sea.
no, she's gonna park Sam and herself in some shade. Is gonna sit down and compose her thoughts, and she'll just like wave her hand through the air, conjure wisteria, and just say, "Find Barda. Bring her here. Send wisteria off to find Barda."
And we never hear from Wisteria again.
The body you're looking for is not on the island.
And then I will begin to ritual cast Unseen Servant.
Okay.
Because I need someone with more energy than me to do some tasks.
I am curious to see if Mr. Nibbles is around me.
Mr. Nibbles is in your pocket as usual.
Okay, good. I cuddle the baby as we move as I move myself along with the earth. Just until we get to the river, then I have to actually get up and.
By about the time that Kovac, you finish your ritual for the unseen servant, Barda and Samuel, to be more specific, are coming over the ridge. Samuel walks straight up to Sam, looks you dead in the eyes, smacks you across the head, and then gives you a hug. Just goes, "Where the bloody hell were you? You just disappeared last night.
I'm on
no one
the
saw you.
beach.
What are you doing on the beach? None of you like going to the beach."
I don't. It's coarse. And Wensley woke up here. Hi, we were like, those toys that we used to get, and you could put them together. We were one of those. It was cool, and there was a sword and a big voice and the grandma. Halfway through, I think Sam just like falls back asleep.
At this, Sam looks over to Kovic and says, "Just how much did she drink? She can't really hold her alcohol."
You go and bring me more food. Send off an unseen servant to get food.
I will say at one point though, if I see the platter of food just floating back towards you, I will take the platter, thinking, "Oh, great food."
Also, can we appreciate that the unseen servant can't speak, I believe, which
Correct.
means that it's not a servant. You've just created an invisible kleptomaniac that is stealing food off tribespeople to feed the colonial invaders.
Love it. Love it.
I also like the fact that it's an unseen servant, so Samuel can't see it. So he's just asked you a question. You just go and bring me food.
She said that like to the space where she was casting, then turns to Sam and goes, "I was not keeping accurate tabs on Samantha's consumption of libations.
It's
She's
all
a
right.
woman.
I think I can work out, but you've had too much as well.
I had a very sensible quantity. There is another factor at play here, Sam.
You were just talking to yourself.
I cast a spell and sent a servant on a mission, honestly.
Okay.
Look at that plate over there floating towards us.
And then you just see
With
the
like Thalai and Mug taking all the food off the plate.
For
So by
crying out loud!
By the time it comes back, it's got 2 grapes and a fishtail.
No, you pick up the food off of it and you go, "Oh
This
look,
is good.
it's a transporting bin. We can put our little like trash bits on top of this plate as it
I'll be
moves
putting
with
like
us."
bits of bone back on the plate as well, and
Yeah.
Butter kind of looks
How we
over
get
you
anything
all,
done?
looks at Sam unconscious on the floor, at Kovic unsteady on her feet, and then over at you two just devouring food off the platter and just goes, "It's about what I expected, to be perfectly honest. So, why did you all end up on the beach? We didn't even see you sneak off during the night."
It's a long story, but to cut to the end, your Grandmaster's a badass and we need to talk to him.
What?
What?
We experienced some kind of communal, out-of-body, shared body experience of the ancient past. One of the final battles of the war between the Xel'nari and Nazgûrin. We all, I believe, all 5 of us inhabited the body of Grandmaster Frandin and played out the battle.
I'm sorry, who?
Wait.
The Grandmaster,
You said a name, though.
Frandin,
How would you know his name?
because the haughty demon who kept shooting powerful spells at us used it.
Minor illusion for like 1 foot tall version of that demon.
Yep.
And then it pans across to the sword sticking out of the void and the hand reaching down.
You find...
And then for a little bit, Sam wakes
You
up and just goes, "I died."
Storm
You
just like
find
raises
you,
a hand, but is too tired to actually interrupt.
You find you are unable to properly form the image of the creature. It much like the creatures that were shrouded in the mist there, it too seems to be shrouded. No matter how much you try and solidify the image that you're making in your mind, you're unable to do so.
No, it didn't look like that. It was more like this, and I try and do it.
And
As
the same
well,
thing. Your one comes out
There was
very
a
similar.
cloak, was there a face? No face. No face.
There was a
face.
There were
No
eyes,
face.
right? There
It
were
was a
eyes.
mask.
I'm sure there were eyes.
It was wearing a mask. I would
Hmm.
know because I'm pretty sure I cleaved it in 2
Yes, we did cleave it in 2.
and smashed the sword.
Storm?
Oh,
Something
Wake
wrong
up.
with your arm?
no. No, it's fine. Um, I just wanted to say that it seems like we had a dream walk, but the dream walk was together. I don't know much about the dream walk because I have not dream walked before, but it is not an unknown side effect of the drinks that we were consuming of the evening. But normally you have to drink a lot more to dream walk.
Wait,
I think back to how many cups of alcohol I
I
probably
was gonna
drank last
say.
night and go like, oh,
One, too many, too many.
Like-
I heard like a thimble's worth. Okay.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
I think
Because,
I think we drank enough, Mug.
yeah, no, but like, if we're connected, then cumulatively we drank enough to trigger the thing, but
Oh.
individually we didn't because it's not just one, it's many. Then many become one. Then we dream and you dream, but not her dream, but only us dream. Yeah?
how is this a common side effect of your festival booze?
What do you mean? To have really vivid dream of strange occurrences and events. It's just normal. I have never experienced it before, but I've heard the
I mean-
stories.
I mean, we do the same, but usually it's with special mushrooms, not drink.
I've seen this fight on the walls of the Xel'nari HQ.
So,
the-
we were
the
probably
imagery.
wondering your mind.
Barda seemed surprised. I've never heard the name Frandon before, and yet it was mentioned in the dream.
I don't know how it works. It was always
Um,
seen as a gift bestowed upon us by Atwa, which is
And we've
probably
never-
lying now.
Okay, where's Artua?
Oh. Wait,
What?
did Atua drink?
Oh no.
This is where she suddenly is like, oh fuck, and
Mug.
just starts looking around is mildly panicked, but not enough energy to actually be panicked.
Mug.
Congratulations, Storms! You're gonna have a brother or a sister.
Oh my god.
Mug.
Oh, money!
Send to
Just
Artua.
went to
Find out
town
where
with
he
the
is.
entire village.
Uh,
Just went to town with the entire village. It's fine. It's normal.
Can
Are
I
you?
look around for Atwa? Do I see him anywhere?
Or me a perception.
I'm good at those. My dice might say
Like-
otherwise.
Is there a hut with a bunch of people
That was
praying
cocked,
out the
so
front
I'm
of
gonna
it?
Oh, it's
Don't forget-
disadvantage.
As I say, don't forget
Also-
we're at disadvantage right now.
Kovic,
Mhm.
I don't think
Perception?
it's wise to wake up
Yes.
a maybe god first thing in the morning.
Dirty
I don't
20.
think he's competent enough to care.
Oh, that's harsh.
What did you get, sir?
Dirty 20. Damn. Damn.
You do not see one Atua. You see a few Atuas. One is sitting by the fire, strumming along a instrument with the bard next to them. They seem to be spending some time learning from them. Another is sitting by another campfire slightly further over and seems to be telling a story to three of the villagers that are sitting there. They are enraptured by what he has to say. Another lays with their head against a rock and seems to be deep in sleep. But they all share that same Leonin in the white fur, gigantic in height, the same body. So it
Can I-
definitely seems like he has split himself. To,
Can I do an insight check to see if they're all real? Because in her head, she's like, my head's messed up. One of these has to be the real one. I'm seeing things.
roll an insight?
Like, this is not metagame. This is her going, wait, this doesn't make sense. What the fuck? I have to be seeing things. And so she's, like, gazing closer at them, kind of.
It's the whole why are there three dads all doing different things?
15.
You cannot discern which one would be classified as the real one. They look identical.
She's like, I discovered I had a father yesterday, and now I have 3?
What? I feel like at this point the unseen servant has made it back with an actual plate of food for Kobe,
Yes, one that has managed to survive Mug and Thalai.
and so
But
she's
not
doing the
Thug.
whole like
But not Thug.
she's doing the whole like one for you, one for me thing, like just putting some food kind of under Sam's nose, waiting for her to grab it. Then she takes a bite, and then she'll just look up and go, "How many dads?"
And she just like really confusedly points.
What?
Is
Oh,
that an illusion?
I don't
I
know.
can figure that out. One sec. I cast detect magic.
All 3 of these beings are gloam with potent magic.
Oh, that's no help. Mm.
In fact, with your hangover, it's probably not the most pleasant on your eyes.
Oof. I'm gonna look away. Actually, this could be pretty timely. I kind of wanted to see if there was anything magical in this village. I look around at other things.
No, the village itself seems to be devoid of magic.
Okay, yeah, that's about right. How do we all look?
Just hear a
You see your usual magic trinkets and
Mhm.
sources of magic coming off you.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only wearing my clothes right now, so I'm not actually carrying magic items or stuff. Is there still a magical aura in me from a certain I've out in character forgotten about?
thinking we all forgot.
No.
Okay.
You
Okay.
my
find out
boobs are
suddenly,
just glowing.
open him up!
My boobs just glow.
Your boob.
I like how everyone who's watching who has no idea what that is.
So, for context, early in the campaign, one of our viewers redeemed the item request, and we were like, "This is too funny not to add in." It was the bra of holding, which somehow went to Storm, who doesn't actually have any cleavage because she's a cat. However, utilizes it just the same and uses it as great storage for all things.
Explosive.
Yes. I was gonna say
It's a booming good
otherwise,
time.
but then realized the book that's in there is probably also explosive. It does have fireball, and who knows what that truly is.
Zoe, did you do a search for magic boobs?
That's dangerous.
I thought mine was going to be confusing enough to explain what it was, but then we just got that. For any of you who don't know and are in our Discord, please look at the meme recap, Sunday night recap, and you can see all of what we're doing.
And you folks are more than welcome to update it as well.
Yeah, feel free to add your own
Oh.
memes as long as they're relevant to the game. We do have another memes channel for your general memes, your meme needs, but
I can't see.
Relevant for the moment in time that we are currently in, and not just like, oh, this was a thing that you talked about half an hour ago. Actually,
Yeah.
it might be funny for the recap, but you're like, why is this one here?
We've broken our wizard.
I
think-
broke myself.
I was
So
gonna say
she
the
broke
wizard broke
I was
herself.
gonna say the wizard broke herself.
Oh my god. Anyway,
Fantastic.
Booba.
Kobek's gonna spend some time eating and making sure that Sam eats as well.
Yep.
Move on.
Yeah. Sam will start chewing, and then a whole thing of like, which one's my real father? There'll just be a loud noise from the little Sam who could be like, which one's the real daddy?
You
And
Don't
then
know
just
unless you
complain that
approach
her
them.
head hurts after yelling. It's just like,
Sam, is there anything you want? This unseen servant's good for another like 52.3 minutes.
I want more
more.
drink. More drink.
Yeah.
More
Wait.
drink?
Sam
Yeah,
realizes
hair of
they
the
have
dog.
something of
It's
utmost
not a
preciousness in their
hangover.
pocket.
This is
Hmm?
not a hangover we're feeling. This is more. This is physical exhaustion, not hangover.
Ah.
Yeah, but you can be tired and sober, or you can be tired and drunk.
Booze.
Don't know.
Fetch. Send off.
Sam will
Milk
start
Seven.
cradle. Sam will cradle a small little metallic device from their pocket and just go peeky, 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 peeky. Pop it open and just eat the pocket bacon from from Sir Francis Bacon and be like, yum, yum, peeky, 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 peeky.
Barda, if what trying to think about things and it's a little bit difficult, but if what we saw was true, then it's important because we saw something historical. If what we saw was false, then it's important because someone's fucking with us. Either way, it's important, but we don't know why.
And why were you surprised that I knew the name Frandin? I mean, I didn't know it, but is his name a secret? I don't remember.
Well, you
Yeah.
referred to it as the Guildmaster, but Frandon is the name of one of the heroes of old.
Uh-huh.
The Grandmaster has never revealed his name.
Well, where's Frandin? What happened to Frandin?
Has Mug met the Guildmaster?
The Grandmaster? No, you have not.
Grandmasters. Haven't seen him in passing down a corridor or on parade.
Nope.
Ah, damn.
He's very reclusive.
He hasn't actually been around for a while.
The only
So-
time that they have really spent any time in his presence was at their final trial.
Have any of you met this Grandmaster?
Not like
Yes.
met
The light
him,
shook
but
his head, didn't he?
he was there. There was a ceremony.
Because if I can read your mind to see who this guy is, and then send a message and just go, "What's up? Is your name Frandon? Help us out."
Read
Hmm.
Barda's mind. I'm very sleepy.
Frandon,
Is that not
And
going to work? He
all of
can't
the
fire
heroes
me
of-
because I'm not Xel'nari.
Frandon and all the heroes of old have passed from our world.
What race is the Grandmaster Guildmaster dude?
He's
he an
believed
elf?
to be Eladrin.
Could he live long enough to have been that dude?
Grandmaster is old, but not that old.
Mm.
There have been 3 Grandmasters before him.
Oh.
Hmm.
Okay. So
Were they all the same race? Because that'd be suspicious.
yeah.
Like, oh, I'm going to give the title to my nephew Dave.
She thinks for a moment, and to my knowledge, no, but to be perfectly honest, I do not recall at this moment.
How many Grandmasters have we had since the kerfuffle with the Demon Lord?
Well, 5 in total.
Hmm. Okay, so maybe Frandon was a total badass Eladrin guy, and then after the war was all like, okay, I'm gonna take up being the Grandmaster once he hit a certain age and couldn't fight anymore, or couldn't do things as well. Oh,
Or
where is the dictionary in my head gone?
maybe the armor and the symbols and the sword and stuff transferred down to the Grandmaster, but the person changed.
That's fair.
Was that
why
what
was
was
he there
triggering our
talking
memories?
to us afterwards?
But the armor has been in display for years.
Yeah.
The armor has not been used since the battle.
Storm is listening
But-
in on all of this conversation, but she was terrible at history lessons because she very, very clearly was definitely paying attention. And is
Yep.
really still confused about the many dads. So she has been attempting to use her like elemental ability and just piff pebbles at them, trying to see if they're real. But I'll guarantee she misses 90% of them. And so she's listening, but just like,
Was she really listening if she's focusing on throwing pebbles?
guess you'll find out.
So that's not a different situation.
She's paying attention
Yeah,
as much as you did
I'll-
in history class.
Just a quick aside, Alice. You need to take the cantrip Magic Stone. Absolutely.
If it is in fact on my cantrip list, I will have a
It
look.
is on the on that cantrip list. Seems very you.
So then you make grenades out of stone. No.
She doesn't need more explosives.
Absolutely,
And-
one always needs more explosives.
She's finally out of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
run
God.
out, need more.
Oh wow.
That's okay, I've got a book
now.
that does
Yeah.
them for me.
And so, like,
Surely.
none of you saw the thing at the end with the. I think there were 2 suns in the sky.
I was
Is it-
dead.
I think I was too.
I'm
Um,
having a hard time
It went
remembering.
blank, right? And then, but between the fight and then the blank and then the beach, there was something else.
I don't remember.
Can
Let me
Storm
think.
try and recall details of
Happy.
the dream?
Mhm.
I don't know what I need to roll for that.
2d20 and take the lowest, and if it's above a 5, then maybe you know something. DM shortcut.
Roll a history.
I don't think so.
Was the lowest a 1?
No, it was
Oh.
4. For a total of 4. She's still throwing rocks.
Yeah, you don't recall anything.
She's like, I don't remember any of this. Is that what happened? Rock throw.
I was dead. It was kind of peaceful.
Right.
Oh, sorry.
Alright.
Oh, sorry, past me. Sorry, past me.
But looks a little concerned at you all. If what you say is true, it is concerning, and we should return. Where do you plan to go
Yeah,
from
God,
here?
dude.
Or better
we
yet,
still got a
how do you plan to
bard
get out of here?
Well,
We-
we can call in a favor with the god, you know, because we tight, yo.
And with Storm's choice, or the island's choice to be open, there won't be a storm surrounding this land, so we should be able to leave much easier.
This is true.
Are there any boats on this island? I don't see why there would be.
Not that I have seen, though you could ask the locals.
Hey, Storm, are there any boats on this island?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're like little rafts.
Like
Ah.
fishing boats.
That's not good
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Well, not really. No, not even, because we don't go far into the water.
Okay. I may be able to figure something out.
I think if we asked the island itself to swim up to the coast of a country, it's going to cause an incident.
Also,
Funny though.
I am confident that
Tally ho!
this island needs to remain in a more tropical climate, since Artua was maintaining the climate, so it's probably going to be somewhat region locked to a certain portion of the of the ocean and off the coast of Xel'nari territory is not tropical.
Hmm.
I might be able to figure something out there. Bear with me. Kovet's going to pull out a spell book, conjure a quill, and start brainstorming.
Hey, Sams.
I can ask a tree to move us.
This is a really strange request, but what's the
No.
biggest fish you can change into?
No.
I have a feeling you got to the answer before I finished the question.
Yeah, because it's a dumb question.
I'm gonna go.
That's what Mug's
poke-
good for.
I'm gonna go find Atua. She goes over to
Which
the
one?
nearest Atua and pokes his face.
Bulging biceps.
You go over to the one who's strumming along, and he half notices you out of the corner of her eye, but his attention is on the instrument until you poke him in the face, and there's a loud "Twang" as he stops. There's a moment of
She stares at him with this look of like, are you real?
he turns his head slightly, looking at your strange look, and he goes, "Ah, you are awake. Good.
What do you mean good? Also, why are
You-
there 3 of you?
Only 3. Where's the 4th one wandered off to? I split myself up to be more amongst my people.
Suddenly a god of the people are you, father?
Well, some of what you all said touched home a little. And with all the festivities last night and this being my last day here, I figured, why the hell? Get to see and learn what I will be leaving behind.
In her delirious, tired state, she pats him on the head. Goes, good, dad. He's good, papa.
It's a good dad. You do good. You do good.
I am proud of you. You're growing, you know.
I have some for you, by the way.
What? For me? Okay. Do I need to close my eyes?
No.
Oh.
I suppose you could, but it's not really a surprise. It was once yours. I've just fixed it.
What?
And he pulls from under his robes. It's wrapped in a silken sash, and hands it to you.
She looks really confused at him and grabs it.
And you can immediately feel a familiar weight to it, that it is your compass.
I don't have to open it to know.
Yeah, you're pretty much guaranteed. I mean, you can open it to see it, but you feel that weight, and it has that familiarity to it.
She'll uncover it just to see it and run her thumb over it and then cover it back up.
It looks, as you do uncover it, it looks almost immaculate, as if it was brand new. A lot of the scuffs and damages and grit that has come to it over the ages has vanished.
Did you fix it?
Of sorts.
She's gonna grab it, unwrap it, and turn it to the back and see if the message from her mother is still there.
Yes, that is still there. In fact, it is more visible than ever, as the gunk that had built up inside it and the weathering has gone away.
She's just confirming it's still hers. She wraps it back up and puts it in her bra of holding. She doesn't want to lose it again. Thank you. I was very sad to have lost it.
Lost it. Your friend had it on her.
Yeah, I know. I lost her too.
Ah, I understand. By the way, she may be wondering how you have come back into possession of it. I did not exactly ask.
It will be fine. Don't worry about it. I'll just tell her that you stole it from her. It's okay.
All right, then. Was trying to avoid that, but
Oh,
seems your friends don't think very highly of me anyways.
what do you mean?
You're a
They don't even know you.
You see Sam in the background. You're a dick. Perhaps. But I have, let's face it, not been the best of fathers, and not even a fantastic ruler or lord or god or deity or whatever you may wish to call me. I am self-serving. I am aware of my own abilities and my own desires. I do not try and hide this, and I am only slightly apologetic for it now.
Well,
I am glad I did get to meet you.
that is better than yesterday. And maybe you'll be even better tomorrow.
Perhaps, but tomorrow I will not be.
Are you saying you will not exist anymore after tomorrow?
I will exist, of course. but
Then there
not-
is always room for you to grow.
Perhaps. We shall see.
All I'm saying is that you give up before you even try if you don't even set foot in the sand.
Well, you should get back to your friend.
No, I was going to ask you something. I got distracted.
Oh, well, go ahead.
But which one do I ask? There is apparently 4 of you.
They are all me. You can ask any one of them.
Oh, okay. And she just runs to the next one.
Both of them are shaking their head as you approach. It was unnecessary. We have a shared consciousness. It is myself projected over here.
Yeah, that's I was curious.
What is your question?
Well, you see. Do you have a way to get us back home? Island? No, off the island. Home.
I have done what I can in that regard. The rest is up to you.
I see. Okay, it was worth an ask. I'm gonna go poke your other
Looking
face
over
now.
yourself and your friends, it is perhaps wise for you to stay a while. Rest. Though knowing you, like your mother, you will not listen to me.
I'm fine. And she immediately like trotters over, and I say run, but she's like to the next one, and boops its nose.
Yes, just like your mother.
I'm taking that as a compliment.
It is of sorts.
Is only compliment.
Now,
No greater person than Mama.
go be with your friends now. I'm sure they have a lot to get prepared.
Yeah, my head hurts. Can you fix that? You're
No.
like a soon-to-be god. Can't you fix headache?
It is not exactly how things work.
Okay.
Storm
gonna
is
be
in
the
her mind.
worst.
Does he have any diamonds?
Storm is going to be the worst warlock.
She turns away and then turns back and goes, "Do we have any diamonds?"
Why would I have diamonds?
Huh?
What do you need diamonds for?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'll fix you if you die.
Eureka! Oh, Storm, team, everyone, how do you feel about some sustainable deforestation?
Talk to me about it in 3 days.
Storm doesn't quite register what you're saying first, and then goes, "Wait a minute. What? No, just deforesting my island."
Okay, Sam's, you can make plants grow.
But also, Storm, like if someone's hut gets damaged, they like chop down a bunch of trees to make a new hut, right? And then the forest grows back. So all we're trying to do is make a hut that can swim. No, boat. That's the word, boat.
Yes. Hang on.
Would we have like a carpenter or someone that would be expertise in making our small craft?
Yes and no. A number of the town are quite skilled at crafting the huts and tools and such around the town. But someone being skilled at making a boat is definitely not the case. No one's ever had to build a boat here.
No, it's fine. So, Storm, I require your consent to consume some of the wood on the island, knowing full well that the two Sams can grow them back, right? You can grow plants fast.
Sounds like yeah, of course.
No.
Simple
Okay.
stuff.
Okay.
Wait,
How
what?
about?
Oh
okay,
wait,
you know
yeah,
what?
no, wait, do know how to do that.
Let's just like make it entirely okay. Storm, are you okay with us using the soil of the island to grow new trees that then get turned into boat?
I suppose so. We do
Okay.
have trees that are meant for constructions,
Okay, we'll use those and then we'll
But-
replace them because we're good people.
but we are conservative about our constructions because we are small and resources are not many.
It's okay. It's not going to be a big boat. It'll be like 40 feet long, I think.
We got 10
It's
people.
a big boat.
Yeah, it's fine.
More
I
if you
got-
count the liars too.
I got this. I'm
Oh,
gonna.
less for the Sam. So yeah, about 10 people.
It's fine.
Has anyone seen Pip?
Yeah, you know
Alright.
what?
Can we
We'll
leave
try to-
Pip here? I'm sure they'll be fine. Look,
We
They
were
have-
trying to find her last night.
they can pick up how to speak cat. I'm sure they'll be fine.
I have also not seen her, but a shame thing.
No?
I
Where's
went for a
Pilvin?
look.
Oh, Pip's missing and one of the Artuas is missing.
Storm just looks at you with like, and then just like looks away like, I don't want to know. I don't want to think
Okay.
about that.
Hey, Barda, have you seen Pilvin?
Pilvin, he was asleep by the main fire, but I think he got up early. I think he
Okay.
was looking for her.
Right. We're gonna need. He will more than likely be very preoccupied making sure that she is safe, as she is his last remaining crew member, and that is entirely justifiable amount of guilt. I'm
You
going
want
to
me
go...
to get Pip to come back?
Yes, please.
Okay. I'll cast sending.
Hmm?
Hey Pip, it's Mug. If you don't come back to the central fire right now, I'll get Storm to play the bagpipes near you again.
That's perfect.
Rude. Why does everyone think she plays bad bagpipes?
It's just Mug hates bagpipes.
Fair.
You get no response.
Again.
Either is being rude, or is not on this plane, or is... Yeah, something's happened. Well, I'm going to assume
Sam.
they're being rude.
Sam, can you locate things at the moment?
Give me I've not been able to locate people. No.
I mean, like things. You could try and find something. that would-
Object.
Yeah. Can you do that right now?
No.
How
Nope.
about, how about you, Samuel?
We lost Mug.
Samuel, can you locate things or people right now? Ash?
Um,
Okay, sorry.
no, I mean, I've been able to do it before, but it's been a while.
It's okay if it's not in your wheelhouse today. It would be nice to find Pip, but you know what? I'm gonna go. Ash, how wide is this river?
It is about 40 feet across.
Okay.
It's not
Uh,
particularly deep. It's only about up at its deepest points is about 5 feet deep.
Okay. Well, that's probably not an amazing place to do it, but you know, I could at least build the components there and then take it downstream. I'm gonna go over to like in between the river and a stand of trees, just off to the side of the village, and I'm going to begin casting a spell. It will take me 10 minutes. I'm going to cast Fabricate.
Okay.
In terms of what you mean by growing plants and things, I do have plant growth prepared, but it needs an 8 hours to cast correctly.
I mean, you can cast it as an action in a localized area that just makes plants go. But if you cast it over 8 hours, it makes a massive area really, really
Lush.
spicy and juicy and lush. And
Yeah, I'd like
yield.
to do both if possible. But yeah, all normal plants in a 100-foot radius centered on a point that become thick and overgrown. A creature, yeah, so I can, but I don't know if that will technically count towards trees, but we can see.
It would help to replace the trees that Kovac is currently using. So she's wandered off and is casting Fabricate.
And what are you attempting to fabricate?
I am fabricating a 5 feet wide, 5 feet deep, 40 feet long, solid wooden hull, which fits the parameters of the spell.
Okay.
And it should be quite simple because it's all just in one piece. It's just curved shape, hollow.
Not just to interject, wouldn't that be a very poor ocean-going vessel because it's so skinny?
I'm not done.
Okay, just
I've
The
absolutely
irony of making a catamaran.
I have absolutely thought this through. One thing I will say is that thanks to the power of Moana, I've learned each part of the coconut is all we need. The people of
So tired.
Polynesia know how to make good boats, so I'm going to be shamelessly ripping them off.
I mean, at least you admit to it.
Yeah. So the goal is cast Fabricate multiple times, make several long hulls, and then attach them together over the top with boards, and then put up a single mast, and then we can sail. It'll probably take me a few days to fabricate all the components, and a team of unseen servants to assemble it, but it's entirely doable. Hopefully.
So that is what you are planning to do over the next few days.
Yes, I can fabricate 3 times a day. I can cast it once, cast it twice, take a short rest to regain a 4th level spell slot, and cast it a 3rd time. So the goal will probably be in the first day make 3 hulls, one for the left, one for the right, and one for the center that's going to hold the mast. Then the next day, create boards and masts and rigging.
Okay.
Will be the next 3 casts. Then what we have all the pieces on the 3rd day, we can combine it together into a boat.
Sounds good.
So in this 3 days of us apparently building a boat, Storm is not going to let pass the opportunity to test the book.
Oh,
Okay.
I must be there for this.
She sits right next to you when she does it.
So, are we moving it into more of a like
Yeah.
narrative?
So over the
jumpy
next
time?
3 days, if there is anything particular that you want to try and get done, then Mug will leave. But yeah, we will work out what you're doing in your little bit of downtime, which will give you 3 days to recover your points of exhaustion as well.
Yeah.
Because I have some plans too. If we got to
Yes, I figured you might.
Mhm.
a veritable smorgasbord of ores and knowledge at your fingertips.
I'm afraid of Crown of Madness, that it might be Clown of Madness.
Clowns.
Oh
Let me know when she can sit and cast the first one.
First,
So-
we'll work out what people are going about doing.
Okay.
So I will need to borrow Mug. Or more specifically, I need to borrow the tongue spell off Mug to then go to the blacksmith so we can finish the lesson. Also apologize and explain that we had to postpone as the magic ran out and we could no longer understand him.
Yeah, Mug can help, but there are limitations on for what duration.
That's all right. I don't think there's that much left of the lesson.
Hmm.
We got through a fair hefty bit of it, but
As you are still around the fire pit and working out what your plans are for the next few days, Pilvin is walking over, and he looks a bit disheveled, and he's quickly tucking in his shirt as he comes over, and trying as he might to fix up his beard and clean himself up a little. He looks over to you. Sorry to be a bother, but have any of you come across Pip?
No,
She's
they-
been missing for some time now, and no one in the village seems to have seen her. Well, I gather as much. I've tried as best I can to describe her to them, but from what
Is
I understand, they haven't seen her.
Pilvin?
Perhaps I shall
I've
speak
got
with Subtle and see if
ideas.
they can organize someone to do a proper search. After all, the villagers are more aware of this island than we.
Have you asked Atua?
No, it's not really in my habit to speak with a greater being. I suppose I could.
She just yells
uh,
across
Kovac?
the fire. Hey Atua, have you seen Pip?
What's a Pip?
The little one.
I don't know if he's ever actually met them.
I believe
The
he
really
did
dodgy one
at
that can't
the
be trusted.
house.
Technically never met her, but she was present at the house when you went to the house, yes.
Yeah.
Full of too much energy, you know, the one.
The only
Uh,
child here that doesn't have fur.
I do understand who you're speaking of, yes. I have not seen her, no.
Got ideas of how to find us. Okay.
Can Kovac set Wisteria to like scan the island?
Didn't she
Oh,
already?
you want to find her? Well, give me a moment. And he shimmers for a moment as his body splits into two, and then those two split into another two each. We'll be back. We'll have a quick look around. And they spread off in
Okay.
different directions.
I had an idea, but I'll need a day to do it.
Mug is going to go over and find one of the Atuas that's remaining here.
Mhm.
and go, this dream walking thing that we heard about, was that you?
Dreamwalking, huh? The folks here have spoken
the-
about it.
The drink makes you see visions, have dreams. They think it's to do with you, your powers on the island.
It is possible.
Did you do anything last night?
Like a side
I
effect, do you
partied
mean?
a bit.
Yeah. Did you hear what happened to us? The whole seeing the demon invasion battle fight thing,
At this,
hive mind, Voltron. You know.
his face changes from more jovial to a bit more serious. What? No. What do you mean?
We drink, we sleep, we dream, we fight, we die, we wake up on beach. We all do that. All
It
of
was
us
not
in
from
the
my
same
direct
body.
influence, but it could have been from my close proximity.
We think it's like the demon thing that had you trapped, you know, with the stuff that was going on down in the cave. Oh yeah, also like any chance you can give us a sword that can like kill demons and demon gods?
No.
Eh.
Not going to give you something that could potentially kill myself. Nor could I make
Oh.
something that could potentially kill myself.
Ooh. So you're not opposed to it in general, just the specifics. Sounds like we got a negotiation.
I will stop you. I will stop you. I am also incapable currently of making such a thing.
Can we put in an order?
I don't think you're understanding fully the grasp of what I am saying.
Probably not.
No. No, you cannot put in an order.
Okay. So yeah, we saw the battle of this old hero fighting the demon thing, and a big hand pulling a sword out of the void. Probably not on this plane of existence. Not sure where we were. You've been around for a while, right?
Sometime, yes.
If it's not too rude, were you around when the big battle happened last time?
Of course. This is how this island came to be. I separated us.
Excellent. Do you know what happened?
As I said before, back in the house, I wish I could give you more information on it, but part of myself separating, I was not aware that the war had even ended. I knew bits and pieces, but not fully. I knew that Asgard had been stopped, and that parts of him were sealed away. But I was not sure if his entire armies were stopped or if the world was safe. That's why I've kept my people isolated.
And we've seen two of those light pillar in the sky things that could be parts of Asgard being
And faced
coming back.
3 of the demons.
We're not too sure about that, but it is a theory, yes.
Hey,
I will know more once I leave this plane. I will try and find out what I can.
don't tell Kovic, but I actually like theories. Like, having a bit of good solid planning does help out a lot. But we're going to need, like, more information. Do you know anyone else who's knowledgeable?
Well, the Xel'nari are a start.
Yeah, I've been around them, and I'm kind of looking for someone a bit better.
Much of the knowledge of that time, I imagine, will be lost. There are probably those who have chronicled it somewhere, but a lot of it would also be forbidden knowledge.
Is there anywhere with a bigger and better library than the Xel'nari that you know of? Something from before the times?
The dwarves like to keep their stories. Perhaps them.
Hmm. I'll have to read more books. And Mug just kind of like turns around and stomps off.
Before you turn away, he looks over at Kovac and goes, "The Vidalcan, it seems that they have survived. Though they were small in number at the time, they are known to keep a analytical reference of everything."
I cannot imagine anything worse than reading the Dalcan version of history. They won't even have to
very
preserve the
tea.
paper because the writing is so dry.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
You're gonna need a greater restoration for that.
So hostile.
It's good knowledge. It's good knowledge. It's very accurate and thorough.
And concise.
That's
Yeah.
the issue.
In other words, boring.
Boring.
You're talking to a bard who likes stories.
Yes, embellishments.
You would love the
They don't
Tabaxi
even have
stories.
pictures.
You would, if you could read them, you'd love the stories of my people. They're all wild and fantastic.
Is that because you start with one story and by the end of it you've had 5? Because it's just like wild tangents, and then back on
No,
track.
that's just
and then-
ADHD. That's just
So
the
Tabaxi,
ADHD.
yeah.
So every cat ever.
Yeah.
So-
cat ever.
So
yeah.
when Artua looks over to Kovac, I feel like she's like just done with casting her first fabricate, and there's just like a and a big long hole just appears
And then,
on the shore.
and then she notices a Storm sitting next to her with a book in hand, and she's just staring at Kovac.
I'll grow them back. It's fine. Don't kill them.
Hello?
She stares.
What do you think?
She stares at Kovac. Looks at the boat. What is it?
It's part of a boat.
It's a funny looking boat.
I'm not finished, but does this look seaworthy?
I float on island and I can breathe underwater. No, hold my breath forever.
Regardless, how can I help you?
She just holds up the book. Want to try it?
This is worth mustering my energy. Yes, which one was of interest to you?
She opens the book to a random page and goes, Bruna, can we try this one?
Mm-hmm. Damn right we can.
Roll a
Oh God,
D-
I've never heard the book before.
Roll a D
I've
whatever
not been around for this book.
and make it
It
random.
has 7 spells in it. So I'll
We've
roll a
already
D8
tried
for
one,
us.
right? Have we tried it?
No, we haven't. I'll roll a D8 and I'll re-roll the 8.
Speak with
D8
Dad
minus...
was from this book.
No, it's
Yeah.
from the first book.
Okay.
That is 5. That's fireball.
Oh my.
Okay.
I like how that would be the first one she would cut.
Are you certain of this? This is a very volatile and
She's
destructive
already...
spell, and it's regular. So you didn't even stop to confer. You were just like, I choose this one. Go.
Yes.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry. Looks
Uh,
she
I
aims
assume-
Dreaming internally.
I assume you're just aiming the spell out
away from the
into an
boat.
open area.
Yes.
Okay.
Hi, Miss Fidget. It's rare for you to come and sit
Um,
on my lap, especially as awkwardly as this.
You start speaking the words within and performing the incantation as you would, and for Kovac, everything's looking pretty good. But you are definitely noticing some inconsistencies with the glyphs that she is speaking. And after the spell finishes, and there's a small little spark from her fingertips as she reaches out and points in the direction. And at first, nothing happens. And then you hear... And suddenly, a gigantic furball comes launching from her throat.
Oh.
It is
I
about
thought it
the
was gonna be
size...
fishball.
It seems at first, when it first comes out, it seems like the size of a cricket ball, but it expands in size as it goes to larger than a beach ball, like an inflatable beach ball, to almost the size of a Zorb ball, like, one of those big ones that you can ride inside, and goes hurling 60 feet, and then explodes in a ball of fur everywhere, leaving a tangled mess everywhere within a 20-foot radius.
She coughs like and burps a little bit and goes, "Oh, it's never done that before.
You've never used this before.
I bet the furball
You've produced furballs before.
is normal cat behavior."
I thought we determined that you want actually a cat.
Well, where else does the fur go that I lick off myself? I clean myself quite regularly, thank you very much.
I don't know. Look,
No.
Bruna.
Mug will walk over at this point and just go, was that a spell?
Yes.
Storm just goes,
And-
"No,
good.
that was a superpower," and like runs over to it
No,
Uh,
don't touch.
and finds out what it does.
The slimy, messy fur that is there. The fur is almost like that of a spider web. It's sticky and difficult to move through. So yes, it gives you as if moving through difficult terrain.
She like gets all up in its grill and then is like wading through it like water. And she's like, "This is disgusting."
Storm, just. Can I try one of the spells? I seem to recall that these books have a once per day per person use.
Oh,
Is that
we should all
correct?
try one.
Hmm?
Get them all.
No,
we should all
forget-
try one. Get them all done in one day.
Bruna, how do you feel about this?
Man, I ain't so fond of being passed around like some flim flam thing.
She says no.
Oh, Bruna, we'll
floozy.
treat you right.
She says
Roll
no.
me
Do you want
a
some sweet pea
persuasion.
sugar?
That's a disadvantage because of current exhaustion,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes.
So it's going
It's
to be
a bad roll. It's only a 20.
disadvantage.
That's a natural one.
Still
Can I
11.
reroll?
No. Yeah.
We only have one reroll left, I
No,
believe.
no, it's
the
the one
Sam
reroll.
No.
Oh, okay.
The Sam reroll.
Yeah.
So high roll is 21. Low roll gets rerolled.
normal roll.
No, okay.
So your lowest roll is 21.
1.
There's a moment of pause, and then she's like, "Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can cast for me anytime you like."
Apparently she likes
The
Mug.
book is making me uncomfortable.
Okay, Mug, which spell would you like to cast from book? Bruna, do you have preference?
Mm-mm. User's choice.
Ooh. What's on the menu tonight?
Okay, if you wish to.
We have Burning Hands, Ray of Sickness, Grease, Arcane Hand, Fireball, which we have determined is some kind of furball. Very amusing, I'm sure. Crown of Madness and Blur.
Well, there is
So many
only
good
one
choices.
choice.
So many good choices.
Yeah, but it's
I'll
Mug.
delicately pick up the book
Mhm.
run a finger along the
before-
spine and then
before you
flick
get
through the
it-
pages.
Storm
Yep.
like goes to hand it to you and goes, "You have to give this back afterwards."
Of course.
Okay.
As you run your finger down the spine, the book whispers in your mind, so only you hear it.
Mm.
He goes, "You don't have to give me back."
I only steal from people I don't respect.
Man of morals, I like it.
And turn to the page which says Crown of Madness.
Okay.
Is it Clown of Sadness?
It's Crown of Hamness.
And are you gonna? Are you targeting someone with it?
There is a very unfortunate bird flying past.
So you start the incantation, and you select the bird as your target as you figure. Well, it needs a subject matter.
Mhm.
As you finish, nothing seems to happen. At least you don't see anything happen.
Mhm.
However, everyone looking over to you sees your clothes suddenly replaced by the most outrageous gown they've ever seen. It is disgusting. It is hideous. It is.
I
What
love
is what is you thinking?
The Gown of Madness.
Gown of Madness.
What?
Oh my.
What were you
happened?
thinking?
What is it?
Terrible fashion choice.
Did something happen?
Mark,
What's
this is
going
good
on?
luck
No.
for you.
What do you mean?
You seemed more capable at choosing fashion when we went shopping together in Antioch.
Yeah. Then what?
I cast a minor illusion of a mirror.
That doesn't work as a mirror.
It does
Fine.
if the reflection is also part of the illusion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this like the Emperor's new clothes situation? Like, he can't see the things, we can see the things.
That's a good
Now-
point.
I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll be back in a second.
Actually, I'm gonna be
Now,
right
the
back. real quick as
important
well.
question is, can Mug make a performance check to make this shit look good?
No. There is
Oh.
nothing you can do to make this look
It's
good.
good. Wow.
I mean, you can attempt, but you currently also have a -4 to your charisma until the spell ends.
Oh.
Oh,
Hey, I'll give it a shot. And that's -4 to charisma, so that puts me at only a +2. And then that gives me a +5. Disadvantage with a +5.
You try your
That's
best.
a
and-
13 with
Yeah, you
the lowest.
try your best, and whilst you are, you are attempting to be quite fashionable, it just looks so disgusting.
Mug, somehow it is overly flowy and yet is also bunching up in the back. That must be uncomfortable.
Yeah, and this color is. Who would have thought mustard? Hmm.
Mustard and chartreuse?
Yeah.
Mm,
Just doesn't work for you.
no.
Do you think? What was the name of the book? I've completely forgotten.
Bruna.
Bruno. Hey, Bruno.
Mm-hmm.
Can this spell target someone else, or just the caster?
Depends how I'm feeling at the time. I like to spice things up.
Because there would be times when it'll be great to cast this on someone else.
If you play your cards right, I could be persuaded.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
There's a certain little halfling back in the Xel'nari capital that needs to have this spell cast on them.
I knew that's where you were going with it. I knew exactly where you were going with this.
Either that or like the emperor of the Demu Empire. One or the other.
That would be a war crime, I'm pretty sure.
It'd start a war. But since when that's ever stopped Mug?
Mm-hmm. Excuse me, Bruno. Would you be willing to grant me a view of your talents?
What the hell is that meant to mean?
You have a very unique and interesting way of interpreting magic, and I find experiencing it
She wants to cast one of your spells.
very interesting.
Roll me a persuasion.
Flat roll with disadvantage. That's a natural one, Sam. Would you be so kind?
It's a good thing I came back at this moment in
Yes!
time. Yes, you may.
That is an 8.
Mm-mm. I don't think so. You're a bit too serious about your magics. I like to spice things up a bit.
I don't understand.
And that's why you don't get to cast.
Just from
Kovac.
the ground, you just hear, hey,
Go on, Sam.
you first? You just want to hear, hey girl, you want to fuck shit up?
Now that is more my style. Are
And
you attempting to
Sam
cast
would
from
kind of offer yeah, Sam would actually quite like to do it at this point. You know what? Everyone's having some fun. Needs to let off some steam. So Sam actually would like to try and cast Burning Hands because that's a spell that Sam knows quite well. Just like, let's see what this does.
All right.
I'm at a nearby tree.
Who's going burning hams?
All right.
Burning
You begin.
sands.
You begin your incantation.
Or it just wrenches your hand 90 degrees to the side as it's turning hands.
Oh,
You begin your incantation. Kovac, can I get you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh God. Okay. This is a flat roll because I have advantage and disadvantage at the same time. That is a 24.
Bands? Oh, it attacks the bard.
Something
all right.
fans.
The spell fires off towards Kovac. That was not your intended target, but it seems the book had other
No, it wasn't.
intentions. However, Kovac rebuffs the spell, and it bounces back towards Sam as the caster.
Ah,
Suddenly, you feel a strange sensation in your hands as they start spinning uncontrollably, both of them. Wildly spinning, so much so that you're unable to keep hold of the book, and it drops to the floor. As it drops, you hear laughter coming from it. Oh, that could have been better, but well, it works for me. And your hands are rotating.
broken.
It lasts for 3 rounds, and then eventually it comes back to normal. Well, it
What
happens.
is
You
it?
have
What is
disadvantage
it?
on attack rolls. Sleight of hand, and unable to cast any spells that require somatic components.
Yep.
What is this spell? Burning hands, turning hands? I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
turning hands.
So Kovac,
Sam just like goes towards the stand with the hand spinning and puts it into the sand. Look, tornadoes! Whee!
also, we've got a propeller for our boat now.
Fuck off. First, you asked me if I can turn into a big enough fish. Now you're telling me I'm a rudder, and I've already been used for transport. You know what? I'm actually going to turn the hands and aim this so the sand kicks up at Mug when I'm spinning my hand.
It only lasts for 3 rounds, so it's not,
Yeah,
not like it lasts for long.
And it's the last little quips of it just go. I guess it's like shins or something because I'm small.
So
Yeah, take
Kovac,
that.
Yes.
If you want to continue your quest and knowledge for magic, you might have to like get on Mindstorms and Sam's wavelength. Like, have a bit of fun. Draw outside the box.
I will attempt such a thing. Kobe's going to pull out a book from her bag. It's printed in Elvish. She's going to
Mug's done a telepathy
through
with
it.
the book as well.
Oh,
Hey.
webcams.
goody.
I
to the
apologize, but
computer. I didn't realize that.
some of the conversation got cut off. What were you doing, Kovic?
I am searching through a certain Elvish book. What would she find in there?
Oh,
So-
that
so-
Elvish book, the very
Yes.
tasteful
Yes.
Elvish book.
So she,
Oh, definitely not smut.
it's Elvish Downton Abbey with a little bit of smut. She searches.
Polite gentlewoman's erotica.
She searches through it and goes, okay.
Are you using this book to try and work out pickup lines for this book?
Yes. So, so, Kovac is going to go. Could be worse. Dear Bruna, I wish to dance with you like nobody is watching. How is that? Is that a
Come on, you're
appropriately
missing
bawdy?
the obvious one.
It's a very controversial statement in the context of the tome. So I'm not.
How about, hey, were you in a library? Because I want to check you out. Come book thing.
That hurts my brain.
Are you just a bunch of drugs? Because I want to look at your dead pages and hallucinate. Because that's basically what you do when you read a book.
book.
You just read a dead tree and hallucinate.
That sounds way more
Hey.
exciting than reading, though.
Oh, that's also kind of what we did last night.
Hey,
We drank. Never mind.
are you a comparative analysis of Elven and Dwarven cultures? Because I would love to spend the night with you.
That one. I actually like that one.
That's a good one.
Kovic, how about you just say, let's cause some mischief, or let's make some chaos happen. It will be fun.
You want to be my first time causing chaos?
Tovek, I've got a linguistic question for you. You know how like certain languages don't have concepts and they have to borrow words from other languages? Is there a Vidalcan word for fun? Or do you just use the word from common?
There is a Vidalcan word for fun. Many of the synonyms for that word are also reading or studying, but that is not the point. I wish to cause chaos with you, Bruna. How about it?
Roll me a persuasion.
I'm not good at this!
I was like, because we've all been like giving tips and things, can we give it like the help action?
No.
I'll give a telepathic message to Bruna and saying to the book to reply with, what you should say to Kovac is, would it help if I was a cute tiefling? You'll get the reaction you're after.
I rolled another natural 1 and a 4, so I don't think Sam can save me.
That's good because no one else can.
you want to re-roll it, you can re-roll it. I don't know how it's
mean-
gonna really go for you.
Oh, look, a 5. Yeah, it's a 4.
There's a long silence, and then Bruno's. You're not understanding it.
Yes, you are entirely correct.
If you want to unlock my power and the power of my siblings, then you gotta see it the way my master, my creator saw it. Magic is not just some serious thing. It's alive.
Yes, I treat my magic as an extension of myself, but I don't see it
You
as a source
analyze
for
it.
comedy.
You analyze it, and that's the thing that you're not understanding. It can be fun. It doesn't have to be a tool to be used as you need.
Hey, Kovac. Have you ever just jumped into water without thinking of how deep it is? Or if it's hot or cold?
No, I might have. I might have a book or paper on me. I have to ensure their well-being.
See? That is your
Technically,
problem.
you did that one time we touched the book.
That was not planned, nor was it voluntary, Sam.
But it still counts.
Kovac, do you want to be more creative and impulsive?
I am perfectly capable of being creative, but impulsivity is a great cultural flaw of my people.
Would you like to self-improve? Would you like us to help you self-improve?
Yes, but not in this particular
Character
direction, no.
growth.
That,
Character growth.
however, that was a yes.
I'm going to go and create a second hull. Storm, you take this book back,
She
and
takes it back.
and I walk like 20 feet down the beach and target a second stand of trees and begin fabricating the next part of the hull.
Storm just says to Bruna, goes, "Don't worry, Bruna. We'll get to her eventually."
I don't know, sweetie. Seems like a bit of a lost cause.
No, you underestimated. You play coy for long enough. She is far too curious, and she'll want to know. It's okay. We can do this. You and me, we got this. Yeah. We need to let Kovac have some fun, real fun.
She's got a spark inside her, I'll give her that. She's got talent. But she just doesn't have the Shazam that you need.
It's true. I don't think I've ever seen her Shazam before.
I put on a fireworks display last night.
Does that behind closed doors?
But you had
Master
notice,
Tiefling,
or
sorry.
it was a tool to be used.
My motivation was Mug has provided Mug has done a thing that took a great amount of effort, and so she's going to reciprocate his effort with a thing that she thought could be playful.
Taking the right steps.
Like,
But also, Storm doesn't know any of this.
yes. And honestly, if anyone is gonna like make effort to help Kovac better herself in a meaningful way, what Mug did is pretty high up there, because in the Darken culture, taking the time to analyze someone's behavior, write it down, and make it rhyme, that's a very impressive use of time and mental faculties. So it's like, yeah.
Mug was accidentally a nerd.
Oh, alright. Oh my god.
Alright.
How long does it take for a tour to return?
You have no idea. It'll be some time.
Okay, because depending what it was, I did have an idea on the next day of what I could do to help us. I actually could cast Animal Messenger to go out and get Wisteria to follow the animal if it would go anywhere, so to speak, like as an option.
Was there anything else on the first day that anyone wanted to try or do?
Um,
Yes. It's a lie.
I would like to have either Kovac or Mug, who is willing to cast tongues and help me do the
I
lesson.
don't think Kovac can cast tongues. You can just cast comprehend languages.
Which
Hmm.
it is absolutely. I mean, also I can only do it on myself. So Mug is the person to talk to if
Ah.
you wanted to hear their languages. I'm different.
Yes, I would like to.
Yeah. You get 1 hour of everyone understanding what you say.
Do I understand what they say?
Yeah, that too.
Okay.
All right. And I take it it's back to the blacksmith.
Yes.
Storm will spend as much time as possible with Artois and also catching up with Barda.
And Mug will hang out with the musos a bit and trade some songs and another hour of tongues to just like hang out and talk and trade stories, make up outrageous lies, and yeah.
Sounds good. All right.
Yeah.
So Thalia, you head back to the blacksmith, and when you first get there, he looks around expecting Sam to be there, to be the voice for you, as that's what the case was the night before.
I will. So I have the spell that Sam had, so I now can speak your language and understand you. We had to leave yesterday as the magic had run.
Ugh. It thought it
Apologies.
strange that suddenly you started speaking gibberish. But very well, we can pick up where we left off.
Much appreciated.
Very well. And he will take you through the process of working with the ore, getting it to a usable state, and it does seem that extreme heats are required to be able to get it malleable. The other thing you notice is, while it is under this extreme heat, you feel the proper weight of this metal. And it's not till it cools down again that that weightlessness comes back to it.
Okay.
So it's very strange to work with as it starts cooling and you have to heat it again and cooling and heat it again. It's a very, very different technique to what you're used to.
Okay.
So it does take some adapting to.
All
And I
right.
assume you also show him some methods as well?
Yeah. So I'll explain that if they are going to have contact with the world, you're probably going to come across iron a lot, and I will let's have a. I assume I have some iron in my inventory. No, inventory. No. Yep, I have an iron ingot. Perfect. So I will show him an iron ingot so he can see. So you can see what it looked like in that, and I'll
Hi, Tree.
work with him, showing that how it's a it's a much more softer and common. Like it's a softer metal, so it's easier to work. So much, but at the same time, explain that it's not as durable as this Oris is. And usually iron by itself is normally treated or smelted into alloys for something stronger.
I had never considered mixing metals. This is quite intriguing.
I think because was it? I thought I had an alloy on me. Was adamantium an alloy? I don't. Or was it an ore?
I believe you had an ore for it.
Yeah, no, I've got an adamantium ingot. I just couldn't. If it's a raw ore alloy.
It is a raw ore.
Yes.
Oh,
Maybe-
actually, no, sorry, it is mixed with some iron, so yes, it would be an alloy.
Yeah, so I'll show him the adamantium because I can't remember what the other is off the top of my head
Which one?
for adamantium. So if it's mixed with a bit of iron, is it adamantium ores mixed?
Yeah, I'll grab it up. But
Iron ore?
I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, sorry.
But basically, you're explaining the process of.
Yeah, so going like you don't have the facilities here, but with a very similar idea of high heat, usually blend together two metals and get very different out of it. And I explain the difference, for example, of copper. So blending copper with tin to make bronze. So copper being a rather soft material, as is tin, but when combined together, a much harder metal. So, for example,
He listens quite intently. The whole idea of mixing ores together was something that he had never even considered. They don't really have access to other ores on the island, so this is quite intriguing to him and quite interesting.
and what I will do as well, I will tell him that I'll draw up a sketch so he can know what basic smelter is. Because while I can't build one per se, I understand how well, and I'll basically just draw up a sketch. So if he does want to design one down the line, he would have access to one to increase his own down the line.
Nice.
I will also ask that does he want more forest ore? Because I did exploring the island and I came some back to him.
Well, you're not 100% sure that you have found it. Because you're going off the description that was given to you.
Sorry, then
So,
I'll tell
yeah.
him I was like, I may have found forest, or I found a different metal on the island that I'd be interested in. I'll bring it to you so you can look at it. You can tell me.
Do you describe it the way that
Yeah.
Kovic described? You managed to find that much of it, that you found a solid chunk. Intriguing. I have not been able to find such a vein for some time. I thought that we had nearly exhausted the supplies.
It is in beneath the temple, though. So hence you probably were not able to find it.
That would be why, yes. I am not permitted within its depths.
Yes. But Atua has said that we are allowed to take some materials. So if I am able to extract some, I'll be sure to give some to you. Because I think that's only fair.
That would be most fantastic. I do not know what to say. Thank you.
It is your land, and us. It's not fair for me to take materials myself. It's only to, I guess, take a small amount as perhaps payment for extracting what I can.
Well, perhaps you'll permit me to forge you something.
Sure, if you're happy to do so. I will gladly accept such a gift.
There then. If you bring me some of the ores, I will guide you through the process improper.
Alright. And as we finish up, then I will go to Samantha. Once we finish and go, Samantha, I need your water breathing magic. If you have it prepared today.
Oh dear. Give me a moment. She starts doing a little think of like, did I do the thing? That's also giving me time to double check, because I don't actually think I do have water breathing.
In the meantime, I have a moustache on my head.
Nice.
It looks like a moustache.
No,
It really does.
Sorry, what was that, Samantha?
No,
Cool.
Samantha does not have it prepared today, unfortunately. No, I can polymorph you in a fish.
Unfortunately,
I'm delirious.
I'll need my strength to extract the ores from the water. Would you perhaps be willing to prepare it for tomorrow? But I will ask. Perhaps your brother might have a
Yeah,
good chance.
I can do that.
Right. And
There's
I
no
will,
issue. There's a few things I needed to get prepared anyway.
of course. And then I will ask Samuel if he has water breathing prepared by any chance.
No, I wasn't expecting to need it today, so
Well,
No?
that's okay. I've asked your sister if she can come tomorrow to extract some minerals that were found underwater.
Hold on.
oh,
I mean,
okay.
I could, in theory, meld with a tree and go get it.
What?
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 Hey, do you want to see something cool? So I'm just gonna run over to a random tree and cast tree meld and just go into a tree. I've had this for ages.
It's cool, but does it help?
I have no clue. Sam's a bit delirious at the moment.
Instructions unclear. Melded with tree.
Became a tree. So I gain the ability to meld with trees. When I touch a living tree that is my size or larger, which let's be real, that's hard to not be.
Yeah.
I can spend melded the tree becomes an awakened tree that obeys my commands. I am subsumed within the tree, and I can use my features while within the tree. But yeah, I can. I've now created an awakened tree, and it's just little. All I'm seeing is this little palm tree that's just kind of like boof, boof, and I just start doing this.
You've turned into Groot.
Not to be a birch
Little
about it,
bit.
but stop making an ash of yourself.
I knew that was
Oh, I
coming.
hate it here. Oh, stop telling them about this oak timer. That doesn't work as well with old timer. Yeah. But yeah, the thought process here is I don't actually know if I need to breathe while I'm a tree.
No, you won't need to
It's more
breathe, I
like-
guess, as a tree.
Yeah, but if the tree is reduced to 0 hit points, it explodes in a burst of magical flame, and everyone has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Hmm.
You just hear it mentally, like, I could really freak out the townsfolk with this. Just a tree suddenly running through the village.
I mean, you're currently kind of freaking Kovac out because you did this right next to where she was casting Fabricate. So like, she finishes her second hull, turns around and goes, "Whoop!"
You hear in your mind, the trees have come for the price you pay.
Oh,
Sams! Have I angered the trees? Could you help me, please?
I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees, and I now say I'll.
I am the Lord, I speak for the trees. But yeah, I'll turn back to Thalai and just be like, in theory, this might be able to assist, but I can't make you this. Only me.
I think, unfortunately, I need to be able to breathe and work beneath the water. Not be able to do it.
Oh, was this in the area that we told you that also had the weird stuff that was like freezing everything?
That is one of the things I would like to extract, but I also want to extract what I thought how good it turns out to be this Oras material. They're running quite low, and I told the blacksmith I would be able to try to extract some for him. I think he would keep a as well as something.
I'll go back to where the tree was. I'll make sure it's rooted, and then I'm just gonna go out of the tree. I'm like, hi, Kovac. That's the thing I can do, by the way.
Could you warn me next time? I did not want to have you jump into a tree and then turn that tree into a boat.
Ooh.
Okay.
Valid.
But instead, what Sam will do is then spend about 8 hours finding a good spot to start casting for 8 hours plant growth. I want to do a mixture of accelerating it in one area, but also making sure, because they're now going to be left without the cover of the storm and everything, so the enrichments might shift and the balances might shift. So I'm going to be helping them at least. This should also increase any harvestable fruits or foods within the half-a-mile radius. It doubles the amount basically, so they should be okay for food for a while, especially if I have to trade it.
Large bountiful harvest.
Basically.
That'll be good. It'll give them time.
But I'll
to
be doing
adjust.
that like yeah, I wanted to do that in different areas over the course of 3 days. So they've got fair selections. But depending on what happens with the pip situation at tour, I might also. You've heard my plan if we need to do it.
So, closer to about midday, a tour returns. Just one of him returns. I've had a look around on the island, but well, she is small, but I was unable to locate her. Are you sure she is even here? I could not sense her presence.
Yeah, I don't know how she would have gotten off the island.
It confuses me too. With the storm still in effect, it should not be possible. But then again, those creatures here somehow.
She probably went back to the Fey realm.
She was a strange one. She did not have the same presence as you.
What do you mean, not same presence as us? Sorry, I mean, oh, greater tour, please regale us with the information. I'm very tired.
You can cut with that, no one cares.
Sweet. Hey, Daddy-o!
That he gives you a...
I don't do that one.
Are you serious?
I don't do that one. It's like, I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it.
She felt both a part of this world and not. I had assumed at the time it was me still regaining my strength. Perhaps there was more to her.
She... strange little being.
Does the captain know where she came from?
Pilvin's not about at the moment, but you could potentially ask him.
Yeah, where did he pick her up from? She seemed quite... Yeah, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna make your plants grow good. Okay, bye.
Well, I think it is come time for me to say my goodbye. I have asked for the priest to gather up. Storm,
Yeah.
I had an ulterior motive of giving you your compass back.
Okay.
I have housed within it a portion of my powers as I promised.
Oh.
You will come to learn how to use it over time.
Okay, that is really, really, really helpful.
When I leave, the storm around the island will dissipate, and you will have truly regained or entered into the realm outside. take care of these people.
Of course we will. And she like rushes over and gives him a big hug.
And at this, he turns to the rest of the village, who are slowly coming together and gathering. As you can see, the priests are bringing them over. Subtle stands off to his side, and he seems a little bit distant, not so sure of himself. But Atua addresses the crowd, and his voice booms out, echoing across the island. It seems to carry with the wind that you imagine that even someone who was not present here would be able to hear it across the island in any location. And it sounds a little bit different to how you've heard him before. There's a bit more gravitas to what he says, and the way he addresses them is, with the tone, you can almost feel a certain bit of love and compassion. He calls out, "My beloved children, it is with a heavy heart that I must leave you now. For some eons now, I have watched over you, in my own way guiding you through your trials and tribulations, and sheltering from harm, and in a way providing you with the gift of life. But for now, my time here on this mortal realm has come to an end. I must ascend to another plane of existence. It is, unfortunately, beyond your reach and your comprehension. But do not be afraid, for I do not leave you alone and unprotected. You have amongst you those who have shown they are willing to test fate and guide you towards your new destiny. And I have faith in your strength and your resilience, and I believe you all have a capacity for greatness. Remember always that you are not alone. It may seem like it as you step forth into the world around you, but you are one clan and you stand together. And my legacy, and this he gestures towards Storm.
Eh?
The legacy of my love and my protection will live on through our speaker. And through you all, as long as you keep it alive in your hearts. So I must say farewell, my children. May you flourish and prosper in all your endeavors. And may our paths cross again someday. And as those last few words are coming from his mouth, you notice a sort of etherealness to his form as it starts to become translucent. And you start seeing almost a starry sky within his body. And it turns to smoke, wisping away. And the last thing he does is look to Storm, and there is just a smile on his face that is just full of love and care. And then he is gone.
She waves at him.
Sorry, Kovac, I saw your hand up there, but...
That was like Kovac actually raising her hand as he was speaking, which I'm sure was ignored.
Yes.
That's why Sam tries to do the whole, and your hand goes
You're like,
down.
So she'll like bend down next to Sam and say to her, "I just wanted to know where we were and which direction we were going. Seems like extremely valuable information for us and the entire island to have. But he's
Is
gone
this-
now."
You can just ask the island.
We can ask the turtle. It's fine, or whatever it is. We can ask we can ask the island later, or the speaker. You know what? Later.
I don't know. I wouldn't trust that speaker.
You feel an odd whip of a very fluffy variety as Storm whips you with her tail.
Yeah, I don't think that speaker was wired incorrectly.
She just oopsie daisies
Daisy.
her tail flick in your direction multiple times.
Alright. I think we will end our session there tonight,
Okay.
and we'll pick it up next week. Oh, not sorry, next week. Unfortunately, we will not be streaming next week, as unfortunately work calls, and I will be unfortunately unavailable. But the week after, we will continue our
You're
story.
not available.
Yes, I posted it in the.
The rest of us are available.
You should. Oh,
The rest of
you
us
could
are
do
available. We can
that.
all see. We can still play.
Yeah, you just can't play this.
Yeah, there could be a one shot.
You could do a one shot. Yes,
True,
I hope you
true, we
do a
could.
one
Wait.
shot.
We can play this
Doo-doo.
just with this.
What's
Ooh.
that?
But I want to be there for
Book
that.
of questions.
Oh,
I
yeah,
suppose
I
I
don't
can. No. You know what? I suppose I can be in call because I'm driving, so
Hmm.
I'll be able to be in call.
Also,
I-
Ash, you could recap the questions from the memes.
So, this is the World Builder's Journal. It's basically a tool for players to help flesh out their own characters. It's just full of like prompts and questions to ask yourself about your character, and then you can try and answer them. Like, I'll turn to a random page. While traveling with your party, you tend to hum a song. What does it mean to you? Write the lyrics to it here. So it gives you prompts to flesh out your character, and I think it could be an interesting way for us to dig a bit deeper.
Yeah, I actually have an answer to that question, because it reminds me at LARP, when we ever get like a time freeze, we just all start singing and humming to ourselves, "We're all going to die, going to die. We're all going."
Jeez, that sounds very familiar to what we do in some of the story-based labs here in Victoria.
You know, this one time, a GM called a time freeze, and then a bomb went off. That was like a big.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard so many stories of that event.
Yeah, Mick.
Yeah.
If only you'd been there.
I wasn't.
I took photos.
Which one was this one again, Zoe? This
Yes.
After
Fall?
fall.
After the full three.
one? Ah, right.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to design a new LARP game
Oh no.
for 2024 with less cannibalism.
But not none.
Never assume what the players are going to do or not.
I
do.
mean, you're 100% right.
Mhm.
There's nothing you can ever be certain about. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. I hope you had fun. I know I did. We will be back possibly next week for a one shot, but the game itself will be continuing the week after. Hopefully, I may be brain dead because I will be working a lot of hours over that week. But we'll see. We will make an announcement regardless. Otherwise, on Tuesday night, Zoe down there will be running our Stars Without Number campaign. I should be there for that, but we'll see. Again, work may be in the way.
I have also added our streams to our schedule on Twitch, so it'll be a
Excellent.
little bit easier for people to keep track of when we stream.
Lovely.
My God.
In the Stars of that Number game, the party have bested 3 ships full of pirates, and now have to decide what to do with them.
New
And
Armada.
al-
New Armada.
And also harvest part of a sun.
Yes.
Hydrate
That's
again.
celestial body, not like orphan child, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Context does make a lot of difference.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't watch the stream.
Oh, good.
So,
Hydrate, by the way.
God damn it, Fez, I know it's you. Yeah, it was you.
How dare you
spent-
look after us, streamers? How dare.
We need to find someone to raid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Ira, yeah, you should definitely get some sleep. But we appreciate
Yeah,
you being here.
Let's go sleep.
So, what would we like to raid today? What? Who, I mean.
Ooh, what are the
Cast
options?
Exposition, Participation Award. Ooh, Cast Exposition have only just started.
Ooh, what's over
Literally
them?
42 seconds ago.
Heck yeah, perfect then.
They can have the same scramble that we had at the start of this stream.
Who?
So
Who
they are starting shortly. So they are live, but starting shortly.
who are we looking at, sorry?
Cast Exposition. I also.
Got them.
Oh yes.
Oh.
Also, by next week, I will have
With
the
these
lyrics to a
words.
song that Mug sings.
That'll be fantastic. Yeah, so I'll try
we
and
got
join
another
in.
hydrate.
Good book.
God damn! Oh, it's not Fez.
At the moment, don't do it.
Bum,
You'll
bum,
call him.
bum.
I will attempt to join in via headset.
If you get reception while driving to Shepparton.
I get it most of the way. Most of the way.
Excellent.
For those who don't know, that's country.
It's
I
a
know
ways
most
away.
people see Australia as just country, but we don't all live in tin shacks and ride
Oh,
kangaroos.
there was more than
Just
one
most of
hydrate.
us.
Ira just gave us 3 hydrates that I missed.
Of course, I read.
Yeah, yeah.
Waterboard scarf. God damn
Yeah,
it.
y'all are over in the Australias, and I'm in the
Mhm.
UK's.
I miss the UK sometimes.
I
think,
don't.
Wow.
I spent 6 hours in
And I'm
immigration
here.
there for no reason.
Then I think, oh no, so many civil rights violations occurring recently, and then I go,
Oh, yeah. Now's
On
a
that
funny
lovely
old
note,
time.
let's
Yeah,
let's
awesome.
read
I
it.
love
Bring it
that.
down, guys.
Woo! Thank you everyone for coming to hang out. As we mentioned, we'll be streaming again soon. Feel free to catch our streams if you can. We love it when you guys come and hang out with us. Feel free to be active in the server. We do our best to be active as well. And we appreciate all of you being here. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see you in the next stream. And make sure you give Cast Exposition our dearest, sincerest affections.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good one, guys. Toodaloo.
Bye.
Bye. Or Byra.
Peace out.
Byra!
Got
Bye.